think we're good.
Ooh. Oh, yeah, we're singing Star Wars there.
Is that what that was?
Getting that Star Wars money.
Is that what that was?
Yeah, we could pay for a Star Wars intro.
I ain't paying for that shit.
Yeah, pay the mouse.
No, nothing to do with Star Wars. Star Wars is not my life.
This podcast was based around the idea of you not having Star Wars in your life.
Absolutely. How many have I watched since we started?
One.
Not even with you.
Yeah, I know. Which one did you watch? Empire? The Snow Planet?
Was it Empire?
Did you watch The Snow Planet?
I don't know. I remember Billy D. Williams had a fucking cape on, though.
Well, he has a cape in both, but no.
They were at some intergalactic table, I believe, hanging out.
On Cloud City, yeah.
Yeah. I love Cloud City.
You do love Cloud City.
No,
City in the Clouds.
Oh, my God. It's last time I was at Cloud City. Oh, they had the best coffee and the crumpets. I mean, God. You can't beat a Cloud City crumpet.
Are you doing a bit?
Not at all.
Yeah.
Being honest.
Like, I think Cloud City should have a different name. Like...
Crumpet City?
No, but I meant like... Well, where is it? It's in the clouds. Cloud City.
Oh, like it was just
like,
a throwaway?
Like, yeah, it's not... Like... Dublin's not named Windy... No, not Windy City. Rainy, shitty looking city.
Well, of course not, because now it's snowy.
Because now it's snowy, yeah. Feel for my peeps over in Dublin. Freezing their ass off while I'm enjoying the continuous sunlight over here.
Is it still snowing out there?
It's stopping now, yeah. Like it stopped snowing, so it's melting away.
Oh, that's good.
The rain's gonna push it out.
Good.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, I need to wake up. Maybe a decaf was a bad idea. Hey everybody, welcome back to the Matt and Rob show. That's Rob and I'm Matt. That's all we'll say about that.
Ooh.
Boom.
Tagline.
Done. Next
issue.
As a continuous of our season 2 episodes.
Indeed.
Rob needs to fucking start working on the editing.
Need to start working on the editing. Are we going to turn this into a welcome back season 2? We can make this the first one?
No, I'm not feeling it. I want more energy for it. I want this to be someone's like second listen to. Like, they go right into this, and I'm just kind of like, hey, everybody.
You want me to upload this second?
Just like chill. No, as in like someone listened to one podcast and then they move on to this one. So we're not like we're the second act on. We're not the first one trying to get the crowd pumped up. We're the guys who are just like, okay, sit back down. Like,
yeah. I got you.
We're here to keep you entertained and keep you chilled on our not so informational podcast.
Oh, facts may not be factual.
With limited truth, with limited effort gone into figuring out shit.
I mean, we do what we can to bring the facts.
Bring the facts.
But I mean, we don't really know, nor do we research the facts.
Nor do we care.
Look, guys, don't listen to this podcast expecting to get the answers to your test.
Because we got a fun one here.
We will get the answers to questions, but not to the answers of your test.
Ooh, no.
And that's a public service announcement.
There is, yeah. Mm-hmm. So I don't think we've done a video game yet, have we? No, we did.
Final Fantasy.
We did Final Fantasy, but is that uploaded?
No, that is never uploaded.
Yeah. There was an episode on us that we did a playable listening. We didn't record it, but it was us playing Final Fantasy 15 and fighting that giant turtle.
Yeah, the big
3-day fight
big extra
turtle
boss or whatever.
Yeah, that was a long one.
That was good. We beat him.
We literally took turns swapping back and forth. Remember?
You can tell. I believe you can tell in the cast too.
Why?
Well, you'll be talking a lot,
and then you'll be talking.
And I'll be talking. Yeah. It just depends on who has the sticks.
Yeah.
It's a lot of...
It took a while.
Yeah, it's a lot of that.
That
person has the sticks.
Quick shout out to Creature Club.
Creature Club?
What is Creature Club, Rob?
It's a monthly subscription that sends you different gummy monsters.
Ooh, and what about these monsters?
They also have their own podcast from the Dublin?
It's from Dublin.
From the Dublin. These folks, they go through the edition 5 handbook.
The 4 or 5.
4 or 5. Sure. They go through the Dungeons and Dragons handbook and they, touch alphabetically.
Who are these guys?
Well, one guy is, one of our very own's brother.
Yeah.
Along with two of his friends
He's Rob's brother, Mikey, with Dan and Tim.
He is not Rob's brother, Mikey.
Ooh. So it's Dan, Mikey, and Tim, and they do basically creatures they do A to Z creatures on Dungeons and Dragons.
They do.
Yeah, I think they're doing a bang-up job.
Oh, they do a great job.
They're on, what are they on right now? They're on Bugbears.
Okay.
BU. They're soon to be on the C.
What?
They're on Bug, BU. So that means that unless there's Bide Bear or Bzzd Bear or Bzz.
Bugugug Bear.
Spell that.
It would have to be 2 U's.
Oh, sorry.
Somewhere in there would have to be 2 U's. I was just trying to make another one.
They'll soon be on to C. Fair play to them.
Fair play to them. They're doing good.
Yeah, they are.
Doing grandioso.
So give them a listen. Tell them we sent you.
Tell them. Send us an email first, then you can send them an email. Tell us to tell them you listen.
Ooh.
Because we have yet to have an email. This week. We haven't.
We're getting there.
You see what I did?
As of this podcast, we were yet to have an
there?
email. But we'll see what happens.
Yeah. We have Facebook correspondence.
Yeah.
Yeah. Send us some information over at the Instagrams or the Facebook. MarsPod
at gmail.com.
Gmail.com. It's also
we're also on Twitter at the MarsPod, Facebook at the MarsPod.
Twit us.
Twite us, yes.
Indeed.
Twilight.
All right. So now that all this hullabaloo and tomfoolery has been gone through.
Yeah, absolutely.
What do we got on our plate?
We got on our plate today because I've been having fun with it because I got really bored the other day and I started diving. It started with like one little video and all that, but we're going to be talking about The Legend of Zelda.
Ooh.
I don't know if that picked up. Wait, try that again.
Yeah, it did. You can see it got a little.
Oh, I can see it.
Yeah, that's why we have that there, bud.
But what about The Legend of Zelda, Matt? I hear you ask. Well, listener.
Ooh.
Yeah, I know, right? We'll be talking about the different timelines because I know how much Rob loves timelines.
Timelines.
I want to hear him just freak out about this. So I think maybe we should just listen to Rob talk about his experience with Zelda real quick and see where he's at. Because this involves all the games.
And for this, we'll take our magic Ocarina of Time whistle and go way back when Robert was a child.
Will we like sub in a whistle?
I don't know.
I wonder if there's an Ocarina app. I'm going to type.
Yeah, there is. You can buy the Ocarina off Amazon for like $80.
No, an app.
Yeah, I know that. I'm just saying you can buy an Ocarina.
Spell Ocarina?
O-C Arena?
Nice. There it is.
There you go. See? It knows.
Jeez.
What is it, a big fucking app? Oh, well, that's one of those.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a pretty cool app. Did it pick up? It kind of picked up. So.
All right.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so now we're way back when.
Doodle-oo.
Well, you're not supposed to doodle-oo. That's why we got the Ocarina app.
Ooh,
so back when I was a child, in the early days of Nintendo, I remember getting a Zelda game, and I did not play it. Let's fast forward to the present day. All right. Enjoy that little trip back memory.
Ooh, hey, you're back, Rob.
Well, I mean,
where'd you go?
I went back in time, my friend.
Oh, so wait, what happened to that time?
Well, no, I just was telling our listeners about when I got Zelda and never played it.
Oh, wow. That sounds interesting and useful.
That was my first introduction to it. My brother played it. He was very good at it.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah. All RPGs is my brother's
jam.
Yeah, oh, yeah. Final Fantasies, all that jazz. It's all him. Got me into it.
So you never played, like...
I've played them all.
Oh.
But, like, seriously
Them
sat
all?
down. I've played a majority of them, which my brother also played a lot of the Game Boy ones.
Do you know what Phantom Hourglass is?
Nope, but I've heard of it.
Do you know what...
I know what the cover looks like.
Really?
I think so.
What does it look like?
Is that the Game Boy one?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the Game Boy one. It's got a light blue background.
Have you played Skyward Sword?
Yes. No.
Four Swords?
Nope, but that one has a light green background.
I mean, I guess.
Teal.
Have you played Majora's Mask?
I own the cartridge.
I know. I am well aware that you do.
Yeah. No, the only Zelda game I've started and finished was Link to the Past. Also, the only Zelda game that completely kept my interest. One time inside of a Circuit City, they had a Philips 3DO on display, and I tried to play that Zelda game. That Zelda game is probably the worst piece of shit I've ever played in my life.
Do you know which one it was?
The only one that 3DO released.
I think they're not canon.
I would hope not. I hope they banished them.
3DO Zelda.
Yeah, it was like a... God, it was like Zelda looked like he was 8 foot tall, or Link looked like he was 8 foot tall. Very awkward with a random nose.
They're not canon.
No, they shouldn't be. But I mean, that's it. Like,
look at that shit.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's not a good one. It's like Dragon's Lair to the past.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yep, Super Nintendo. That's my jam. Link to the Past, best one ever made. Ever.
Okay. Yeah, I wouldn't agree, but I understand, why.
Yeah.
Like I'm down with that.
Yeah, because it's a good one. Especially, I like how the Zelda games try to focus a lot on the chicken.
Oh yeah, well, it's because it's gone so long now that they have to leave it in. You know what I mean? Like even in like Breath of the Wild, the most recent one as of today, they have the same thing. You fuck with the chickens, they fuck with you.
When did that start?
I want to say A Link to the Past, but
that started with A Link to the Past, huh?
Probably.
Yeah, I just loved attacking that chicken, spending 5 minutes hitting that chicken until all the chickens came after you.
I gotta look that up.
When did the chicken start? So, the timeline you're going to be discussing is the
official timeline.
The official
Yes.
canon one.
Yes.
Which is weird because Ganon.
Fuck. Ganondorf.
Did we ever put those two together?
We have not.
Oh, Jesus, Matt.
Word. Oh, shit.
You've just opened.
we did it.
I want that app. Ocarina. So, are there common misconceptions about the timeline of where it starts, and everybody's a little weirded out by it?
You'll hear it, and then you'll probably, knowing you'll be like, no, that doesn't make sense. But
it's likely.
Yeah, but so there's a book released in 2011 called Legend of Zelda: Hyrule Historia, and because there's been so many games, you got it. This was around the time of Skyward Sword, I think, when Skyward Sword came out. Let me just.
Mm-hmm. And which one was that one? Was
Skyward
64?
Sword was on the
GameCube?
No, on the PS4. So
PS4.
sorry. On the Wii. I'm
right. I was like, I don't think he's been on the PS4.
I'm looking at something completely different right now.
Yeah, right.
I just said what I looked at. Leave that out, would you?
Nope.
Ooh, thank you.
Oh, I've got one that was made by Unity.
Unity.
Mine doesn't do
yeah,
that.
so
Mine just got
it was released around the same time as you right?
Yeah, I just got a different one.
That's a Zelda one for sure.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Because it's all
oh, look, it even tells me how to do it.
Oh shit. Yeah, that's all the ones. So, we're going to be talking about the Legend of Zelda Hyrule Historia's timeline map that the Zelda creators has officially put down as, the work as the timeline of all the games. And I agree with some of them, but I just want to run it by Rob because I thought it'd be funny hearing him be like, that doesn't make sense.
So somebody took the time to properly compile all this, and you have an issue with them?
No, I think Shigeru Miyamoto, is that his name?
Uh-huh.
I think it makes sense.
But the book's written by Miyamoto?
No, but I'm sure he had a say in it. You know what I mean?
Oh, it's an official book. It's not just
it's an official book.
It's not like Tommy.
So this is an official
Tommy's
timeline.
idea.
This is an official timeline where, funny enough, Breath of the Wild is not really in it yet, which is kind of confusing.
Well, these things take time to update.
Well, Breath of the Wild was released after it, after this, because this was released in 2011. But they're not really saying... They're saying that Breath of the Wild, which is kind of weird, takes place 10,000 years or something after everything. Like it's far more advanced, but as I said, this was released around the same time as a Skyward Sword.
Okay.
Which, if you played Skyward Sword, you know that it's the first game in continuity.
The very first.
The
kicker.
Yes.
Gotcha.
So it starts everything.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, one of the goddesses raised the city above the clouds to get away from the ground below the evil and all that, and then raised to get away from not so much Ganon, but the god that Ganon resembles, like the god of Demise, I believe. Yes. And they flew him up. So this goddess Hyra, Hylia. Sorry, Hyria. She brought the whole thing up. The whole little town or whatever, or Hyrule, if you will.
Hyrule's rather large.
Oh, I know. So it's a big ass city in the sky, and then that's why the game is based around you flying on your bird, going into different worlds.
Gotcha.
So, but that's where the continuity starts, and he goes on his quest to fucking stop evil and all that shit. It's been a while since I played it, so I'm not 100% on it, and I'm not gonna, for the sake of this, I wasn't gonna dive into each story of the game. I just know that I played and completed this one, and what's the most so Hylia gets reincarnated really as the not so princess yet, but as the priest's daughter Zelda. So it's not Princess Zelda, it's just a regular person Zelda.
Right.
And she gets reincarnated into her body, and she becomes, all that Triforce shit. So
right. So
now,
how does Link get chosen? Who says, hey, little kid with the green?
Well, no, he goes out to save it, and he was wearing green then.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, a lot of times it's just you got like shitbag Neo, like a Neo, you're kind of the chosen one or whatever.
In most of the games, he kind of stumbles upon it. He doesn't really mean to, except for Ocarina of Time, where he's left in Kiriko Village as a child.
What if we come to find out nobody wanted Link to do any of this?
Yeah.
Everybody's
and all of a sudden, he's the hero of time.
Fucking don't do it, Link. Not again. He's just like, oh, guys. What if he has a stupid voice? He's like, oh, guys, I'm going to do it. He's like Seinfeldian.
Yeah.
And they're just like, fuck, whatever. Link, go ahead.
Well, funny enough, that's kind of that's where one of the timeline goes, actually, which is kind of funny.
What?
Which will into that kind of shut up, Link. It kind of goes there.
Fuck you, Link.
So,
nice.
Can't wait for that one. I'll do that one last. But basically the game ends with Link fighting Demise, and he puts and he kind of looks like Ganon. He has big red hair and all that stuff.
Ganon's like a big pig guy, right?
Yes.
Pig guy-ish.
There he is. So he kind of looks like a Ganondorf, right?
Oh, that's way different than I imagined him.
Yeah, so far more badass, right?
Yeah, was it 6 toes?
So, dang, no 5.
Yeah.
So he defeats him, and then he puts a curse on that. From now on, basically he curses Link in a way that your descendants will always have to fight off my descendants for Zelda's defense. He basically started the whole ordeal. If you will, he's basically saying, well, here's a curse, and you're going to be your descendants are going to be destined to fight the good fight, and mine are going to be they're bound to the Triforce forever. You know what I mean? Power, wisdom, and courage. You're familiar with the Triforce, aren't you?
I like the Triforce.
Huh?
Yes.
Okay, so basically he's damning them to their not so much them exactly, but their descendants.
Okay.
So basically, I could get into it super seriously, but basically the city goes back, and then there's Hyrule. They're eventually, they give up on the gods, and they get governed by the king and all that stuff.
Cool.
And then basically we skip over Four Swords and some other one I don't know.
Now,
the Minish Cap.
The Game Boy ones, they're not really.
The Game Boys are in here.
Oh, are they?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Because there's quite a lot. I'll see if I can keep them in, because I haven't played the Minish Cap, which I think is a Game Boy one, and Four Swords, which is a Game Boy one.
Yes.
But then that's taken place before the Ocarina of Time.
Oh.
So the Ocarina of Time is the fourth game to take place continuity-wise. And you can pull this map up if you want. So you can have a look at it.
Yeah, that's what I was going to do.
The Legend of Zelda timeline. So then Ocarina of Time happens. Uh-huh. So do you remember that game pretty well?
Never played it.
What?
I not well enough to remember it.
So basically, Link is like a boy of the forest who they all get a fairy, but they're not meant to age, but he ages eventually. But these kids don't age because they're of the forest and they're immortal. But in a nutshell, he goes out on an adventure because of great evil's steering. He gets these 3 Triforce pendants kind of thing from the Great Deku Tree, from inside Jabba Jabba's belly, which is the third one, which is a funny enough.
Inside of whose belly?
Inside King Jabba Jabba's belly. Oh. It's a giant fish. You can just go to one of the pictures. Anyone will do, I guess. Which is a big giant kingfish who has like a demon inside of him, so he can go in and fight. It's a really good level. Which if anyone meets my brother here in real life, as a party trick, he can say the whole level. He can say you walk in, you hit the thing on the top, you go to the thing and you turn right and you do all that. He knows that level like the back of his hand.
Really? Yeah,
it's rather impressive. But I'm also forgetting Darugo's dungeon, which is where with the Gorons, and where you get the water emblem from Princess Zora. Sorry, from the Zora princess. Blah, blah. So,
Zora's a familiar word.
Yes, it's a little fish people. Okay. So we're down there, right? Okay. So in Ocarina of Time, he gets the 3 emblems to get the Triforce together to open up to get into the Temple of Time and pick up the Master Sword and all that stuff, right? To fight to fight evil with the Master Sword. Okay?
Yes.
But in doing so, he opened up the Sacred Realm to Ganondorf, who was watching the whole time. Oh. So then he took over, and you wake up 7 years later because you weren't old enough yet. Like, you weren't strong enough to wield the Master Sword. Okay? Yeah?
Yeah.
Are you with me so far?
Yeah.
Okay, so when you wake up 7 years later, Ganondorf has already taken over everything and already fucked everything up because he's been in charge for the last 7 years. So you wake up in this like, yeah, I'm getting there.
No. I'm giving weird looks because I'm having problems controlling this thing.
Rob's reading ahead. He's.
No, I'm not even trying to read it. I'm just trying to get it.
So in that. So when you awake, there's all this shit that's already been wrong the last 7 years, and you can go back in time and forward in time in that game. You can become a child and you can become a kid. So like there's little aspects of the game where you plant a seed, and when you're older, it's a tree. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because you want to advance in a level, but then you realize you can't. But then you go back and you.
Oh, because you don't have the tree to get to the top of the mountain.
Exactly. Not so much a tree, but a floating leaf. But whatever. I'm just like
you can't plant a leaf. But
bear with me, listeners. I'm trying to explain this. There is a really fun paradox in the game where you walk into a windmill and there's a guy there who's really pissed off about a kid who taught him a song 7 years ago.
Oh,
and then he teaches you the song, and then to progress in it, you go back in time as a kid. And you go to him and he's all happy. And then he's like, man, I sure wish I had a song. And then when you teach him the song that he taught you in the future. So there's a whole paradox there.
Yeah,
right? I thought that was fun.
Future stuff.
See, your internet sucks, man. So, okay. Now, basically, I just wanted... Like, I know Rob played it, but I want to explain the whole time travel because that's the most important part of this whole thing.
Yeah.
Because there's 3 timelines, as you can see here. Now...
There is indeed.
Huh?
So there is indeed.
Now, let's pick a random one. So let's go with there's 2 where the hero is successful, and there's 1 where the hero is defeated.
Gotcha.
So let's go with the hero was successful, and because that's the most kind of complicated to explain, because they're both. So,
all right. Oh.
Yeah, Rob's internet sucks. He's having awful trouble filling this out. So let's go with the child era. Now, so at the end of at the end of Ocarina of Time, you as an adult, you say bye to Zelda. You know, as in you everything's happy, everyone's great, everything ends. Right. But you say you put the sword back in the stone and you go back in time to a child. Mm-hmm. And everything is right in the world because Ganondorf is defeated and sealed away or whatever.
When you're a child.
No, when you're adult. So when you go back in time as a child, it's basically, with that being, it's off screen, but it's being said that you can stop him as a child now. You know what I mean? So
it's mayhem. Is it mayhem?
What?
Mayhem?
Yeah, it's mayhem.
When you go back as a child, it's mayhem.
Oh, no.
Oh.
Did I say that?
No, I'm just asking because everything's all good as an adult.
These two, yes,
you go back,
everything's fine.
I would assume it'd be mayhem.
No, everything's fine. Everything hasn't happened yet.
Way back.
Yeah. So when you go back as a child, you basically, what has happened hasn't happened yet. Do you know what I mean? So he goes back, and then the results of that child era timeline happens. Like as in one after another, but basically that kid is no longer like seen for his accomplishments. He's not so much the legend that he was because that never happened, right? Mm-hmm. Do you know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
So he goes on. He does the Adventures of Majora's Mask, which is another time traveling fantastic game. Do you particularly remember it?
Not one bit. I don't think I ever plugged it in and played it.
Okay, the idea behind Majora's Mask is that the town of Termina is 3 days away from apocalypse. That there's a moon coming in to crash on the town, and you have 3 days to save the entire world, right?
Right, I remember you telling me this.
So you need these 4 gods to help you, and you have the ability to go back in time. But every time you go back in time, certain events restart because it's time travel.
Yeah.
So that's what makes it really cool, so that you go off and you save. It would take about 3 days, like game-wise, but 3 days to finish a whole level, let's say. But they don't. It's like once you restart it and move on to the next level, because you keep the emblem that you get at the end of it or whatever. But once you go back to the next level, those events just restart. So you're like, oh, I saved your village. Oh, wait, no, I didn't. And then by the day 3, it's all on fire. You know what I mean? Like they progress in that way. So that's a whole different way of playing, because there's a side quest in the game that takes 3 whole days. That's actually really fun, but it's really difficult because you got to do so much shit.
Really?
And there's some waiting, and you know that certain parts of the game and all that. But basically,
so you have to spend your entire allotted timeline on that game.
Yeah.
To complete this quest, and then you got to go all the way back.
Because you know that at the start of the second day, this person's going to be there, and you know by the end of the end of the day, he's going to move to here, and then all that shit. So that's the same link as the Ocarina of Time link. So they've all been different links. They've just been reincarnations.
Yeah, but they all look the fucking same.
They do, because they're reincarnated.
Oh, yeah.
And there's kind of like, it eventually turns into that attire being the clothes of the hero. They're all called different heroes. The hero of time. That's the only one I can think of.
How many links are there that you're aware of?
Oh, fuck. I think there's 12 links.
And how many total games, canon or not? Or, well, I mean, in the canon. Oh, I just thought you would have numbers, my friend.
Oh, I'm getting there.
Ooh. On the iPad. Unofficial sponsor of the Mars Pod. Apple iPad. Get in where you fit in.
Apple.
Crunch. You gotta take the little bit out. If you don't take the little bit out, it's not an apple. Dang, that would be cool to start a knockoff Apple company where it's just the whole apple. It's like, yeah, guys, we have the whole apple. What would we be called? Would we be called Crapple? No. Nobody would buy our shit if we were called Crapple. We would be called... Well, I know in like iCarly they had the iPair or something.
Oh, I remember that.
It was like a pair. However, I do like when you watch TV shows and people are using Apple products, they make them tape over the Apple logo, but you can still see it shining through.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12, yeah, around 12.
12 links?
Yeah.
12 games.
13, maybe. 12 links.
Gotcha.
So, Majora's Mask. So you go off and you finish Majora's Mask. Basically, the game starts with you going to go look for the old fairy Navi from the first game, and you've gone out to go find her.
Oh, they have
find your friend. Yeah, Navi.
Oh.
Hey, listen.
Multiple fairies?
Yeah, there's Navi, and then you get a fairy in Majora's Mask called Talk, T-A-L-T or something, I think. Weird name, but her and her brother and all that. Because Majora's Mask was made really quickly, apparently, so they just used the same everything from Ocarina of Time. But I definitely think it's not longer, but I definitely think it's close to being better than the Ocarina.
And they came out. Well, what? Ocarina of Time was 64.
And this was 64 too.
This was 64, but was it? What's the one where he's the shitty cartoon-looking one where he's on a boat?
Oh, that's GameCube. I want to say. Yeah.
Oh, is that the GameCube? That was.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not. Okay, well, those
Really
three came
good.
out in succession. Yeah,
Really good one.
I couldn't get over the graphics.
Well, N64 then moves on to GameCube. Like that's what Nintendo did.
Oh, 64 then Game. Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I put it backwards.
So then the timeline continues as the child timeline. Different Link, but Twilight Princess. Now, have you played that one? The Twilight people, different realm. This is a long time ago. The Ganondorf from, it's been confirmed, the same Ganondorf from Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask. He gets imprisoned inside the Twilight realm, and then he takes over the Twilight realm. And then he comes back and tries to take over Hyrule. That's pretty much the gist of it, right?
Okay.
Now, this is a different Link, but what makes it actually really cool is that there's a bit in the game where you get the Master Sword, or is it you get the sword and then it turns into the Master Sword eventually? But there's a whole bunch of tutorial levels, as in you learn different tricks randomly throughout the game, where you're just fighting this skeleton in armor, and it's like he has this weird title, but you're learning tricks from him. But it's been confirmed that soldier was apparently confirmed to be the Link from Majora's Mask and Ocarina of Time, the child Link who grew up, who became Zelda's protector or something like that. And then he has like one eye, so he probably died horribly. But it's been
nobody
confirmed
ever gets to how he died.
Oh no!
How he lost that eyeball.
Oh no!
Oh,
but basically, it's something like the Fallen Hero or something like that, which makes. Hang on, cut this part out again.
Nope. So what's really weird is I'm looking at this timeline and it says Twilight Era, which I would assume would be multiple things. It is absolutely not. It is one thing.
The hero Shade. That was his character.
Ooh, throwing shade.
Yeah. And
so he just comes back and teaches you shit?
Yeah.
That's good.
That's what he
in every game there's a Master Sword?
Ooh. Yeah.
Good.
Sometimes they're continuous, sometimes it's the same sword. Sometimes it's not.
I'm looking at all these and kind of thinking.
What?
I think I've only played four Zeldas.
I'm thinking the same thing, buddy.
Yeah. Now, not to say that these...
This is going to be... This is a fun one.
A lot of these have been owned under the same roof I've lived in. Oh. Definitely.
So Twilight Princess, and then nothing really happens in regards to Link saves the day, and that's it. You know what I mean? Like, there's nothing huge... except for the fact that it's the same Ganon, but because he goes into the Twilight Realm, takes it over, and then comes back, and then you have a great fight scene with him where he kills him.
Okay.
Because remember, this is the Ganon that you didn't fight in Ocarina of Time. This is the Ganon that you went back as a child in Ocarina of Time, stopped it, and then all the sages you met. Remember? No. All the spirits you met, all your friends, you became the spirits after each temple when you were an adult and all that? No?
Are you talking to me as if I played this game?
No, apparently not.
Because I have not...
You haven't played Ocarina of Time? Okay.
After A Link to the Past, I may have picked up some sticks and fiddled around for 10 minutes.
Got it.
And that's it.
Okay.
So this is what I'm coming to realize.
Basically, all the elder spirits stopped Ganon before he could become his evil self 7 years later in Ocarina of Time. And it's that Ganon who's in Twilight Princess because they trap him away in the Twilight Realm, and then he comes back and wreaks havoc.
Okay. Let me try to recap from the beginning
almost done because it's pretty much Four Swords isn't as important to me.
Right. Sorry. Four Swords, guys. Not Matt approved.
Go Dan?
Stay away from it. No. I'm gonna after you do the Twilight, I'm gonna recap.
And then is Hyrule Warriors after that?
I think so.
Okay, I don't want to talk about Hyrule Warriors because it's kind of like a
tactics.
No, do you know those games where it's kind of like Final Fantasy where there's just so many people and then everyone like one guy can fight a whole bunch of 20 people kind of thing. Yeah, it's kind of like that. Okay. Like it's fun, but yeah. Anyway, okay, right. Go Rob, go.
So let's get everybody caught up here. We just finished with the Twilight Princess, right? Twilight Princess?
Or Hyrule Warriors, but sure.
Right, okay. So we're starting off here. Skyward Sword. I don't remember anything Matt said. The Minish Cap. That's on Game Boy.
Yeah.
Four Swords on Game Boy.
They're pretty much about the Master Sword. In a way.
Then we move on to Ocarina of Time, which is a really important one because it has time travel.
Okay, and what does that mean in regards to this?
What that means is
if the hero is successful,
you can go back or you can go forward, and it depends. So that moves us directly to Majora's Mask in the hero's successful timeline child era. In the Majora's Mask, you've got 3 days to fuck shit up or to make it better.
Absolutely.
And you got the Twilight Princess, which Ganon is the same Ganon from another one. To catch us back up to where we're at, we're skipping Four Swords and Hyrule Adventure in the Shadow era because it's just not on Matt's map.
Sure.
He's above him.
Right. Let's go to the adult life.
So now that everybody's all caught up and everybody knows exactly where we're at and what we're doing.
Yes.
Let's go to the adult life because this is where it gets good. Right?
I mean, I guess.
Shit.
So this is
supposed to run with that one, man.
Yeah, right. So this is the adult era.
Mm-hmm.
And so, the Link we knew is gone because it's a long time, but Ganondorf is sealed away. But then read that? What does it say? Under the hero
wait a minute,
of Wind
This is the adult era. So child era, because there's 12 different Links. The child era is all multiple different child Links?
No.
It's the same Link.
No. Okay, I need to be confused by this. It's just called the child era to give it a title. To give it a title of what happens when Link from Ocarina of Time goes back and becomes a child, as in what happens from then on, or in the multiverse, because we're doing multiverse in the different timeline, when Link's an adult after, if he doesn't go back in time. No, not if he's not adult. What happens because that universe is still going on. If you get me. Okay. So 12 Links. Why stop? Stop. No.
Wait a minute.
You're doing this thing. I don't like it.
You told me there's 12 fucking Links.
Okay.
And I'm trying to place them. I'm trying to help the listeners out here. So, but listen to this. You might not get upset about this one. Here. 12 Links. One of those Links is a child. The other 11 will come later.
No.
There's multiple child Links.
Yes.
Let's give it 3. There's 3 child Links.
Stop. I'm asking you as a friend to stop this.
I'm trying to figure out because I went child era and I was like, all right, cool. So
child era is a title given to the timeline when Link goes back in time, and it becomes the child again. That's why it's called child era. Adult era is what happens.
That all happens with the same fucking Link, right?
Yes.
That's
no, but it's the consequence of that Link. That's what the games are based on. After.
I'm not worried about the consequence. I'm just trying to figure out. Okay, Link 1 or A or whatever you want to call him is child Link.
Okay, go up. Start from the top.
All right.
Teen Link, Child Link, and then Adult Link. That's it. So that's 4 right there.
Skyward Sword.
Teenish Link.
Okay. And then we got the Chaos Era, the Sacred Realm. We're not worried about that one. Hyrule Kingdom. We're not worried about the Minish Cap.
Child Link.
Same Child Link.
No.
Child Link A.
Nope.
Four Swords.
Number 2, number 3, if not maybe 5 because he gets divided into 4 people. He becomes one again at the end of it, but
at the end of 4 Swords.
Yeah. So once again, there's 4 games, 4 links right there.
Okay, but the Minish Cap, the Child Link.
Yep.
Same as in the Child Era as Majora's Mask.
Oh, okay. So no. Ocarina of Time and the Majora's Mask is the same link. That's it so far.
Those are the only same ones?
Yep.
Ocarina, Majora's Mask, same link.
Yep. That link makes an appearance in Twilight Princess as the hero Shade.
Okay.
But he's not the hero.
Okay.
And then so far that's a different
4
link.
Swords?
That's a different 4 Swords, but that's a different link.
Child Link? Of course, Child Era.
Yeah. No, it's not there because it's a child.
They should have just called it Time Warp Era.
Because the
way more sense.
The Wind Waker Link. Yeah. What does he look like? A child?
Yeah.
Or because he's in the adult era. So that's throwing your logic.
I'm just trying to come. I just want to know how many different times Link has been a child, because it makes sense to me if it was like, look, all the children shit is this Link. I get you. And then 11 different links.
Basically, he's 10 in Ocarina of Time as a child. He's 17 7 years later. When he picks up the Master Sword.
I remember that age. God, waking up in the morning, looking outside, thinking life's just full of goodness, and then you get a Majora's Mask. It ruins your life.
All right, you ready?
All right, here we go. Okay. Windwalker.
No, Adult Era. Adult Era. Do you know what that is?
Well, apparently there's 11 of them.
Okay. Shut the fuck up and listen. So, what happens? So let's say, okay. Right. I got it. Oh, fucking Dragon Ball. Right. You ready? You ready? Okay. Trunks.
Ooh.
Goes back. Future Trunks.
I love Future Trunks.
Goes back in time and tells Goku, "What's up?"
Don't have me.
No, remember he goes back in time and basically
talking about the androids.
Yeah. So he goes back in time.
Yeah, I'm ready to.
Now, imagine if Future Trunks did that, but when he went back, he's a child. Okay. Do you know what I mean? Like, let's just say
instead of just going back and being adult Trunks, he goes back and
is the child, but he has the memory, right?
Yeah.
So that is the child era. So he goes back. His future shit hasn't happened yet, but he knows about it.
Back in the past.
Yeah, but
of course.
Now the future with the fucked up Gohan and all that shit, right? That's still going on without him there, because now it's all of a sudden it's a different timeline, because Trunks went back and fucked it up. I could draw it out, right? Because now because he went back. So here's I've drawn it out. Give me a pen. Give me a pencil.
You think I have this shit? Yeah, I do. There's that. Oh, I was all trying to hand it to my microphone. Here you go, microphone.
Got it. I'll just put it on. Fucking. I'm sure there's paint or something on this. Alrighty. Okay.
All right.
I'm doing the standard. If you just watch Back to the Future 2 or 3, you'll be able to know what I'm saying. Right. Here's current. Right. Here's Goku. He's gonna be sick.
Wait, we're gonna do this proper.
Oh, okay.
Do this proper. We're gonna put content, my friend.
I almost want to start again.
Create content. No video. Nope. There we go.
What are you doing? Are you live streaming?
Live streaming to the Insta.
Ooh.
Hope I'm on the right one. All right, so we were recording the Zelda episode, and I'm having trouble with the timeline here because there's not enough child links and too many adult links. Matt's about to explain it to me with a visual representation of child link.
No, I'm trying to explain timelines to Rob.
Timelines. He's explaining timelines. So we're already lost. We're already getting off on the wrong foot.
Yeah.
But he's going to fix this using a possible future Trunks reference. And we're going to turn it over to him.
Wait.
I need the button. The fucking button. Okay.
Okay.
All right. There we go.
So, here's our timeline, right?
That is our timeline.
Now, can you zoom in on this?
Yep.
So here's Goku here.
Uh-huh.
And here's Future Trunks and Gohan, right? So Future Trunks is like, oh no, my world sucks.
Oh shit.
And goes back in time because he says when the android, he knows exactly when things got fucked up.
Right.
And it's at this moment here when the androids were, what was it, 16, 17, and 18?
I believe so, yeah.
When they came in and they fucked everything up, and he knew it was going to happen. So he came by and he wanted to stop that. He told Goku about it. He said, what, like a year or something? Do you remember? He came back in time and he said in a year's time, blah, blah, is going to happen, and then Goku's going to die of a heart attack or something like that.
Right, yeah.
So he does that, and then he goes back to his time, right?
Right. He takes care of him and then goes back.
Doesn't he eventually leave, and then he comes back again or something?
Yeah. He goes back to see what happens, and then... well, I don't think he comes back until
so basically,
until he's born.
He comes back... When I believe when he goes back to his future, he realized nothing changed, so nothing worked.
Oh yeah.
So he goes back again to see what's up, and I think it was Cell who did everything.
Yeah, because Cell was trying to do that shit.
So now, when he went back, he went back and helped defeat Cell. He created a different timeline, the one with Majin Buu in it.
Right.
So here's Buu.
Buu
Buu
wasn't there?
No, like Buu wouldn't have been there yet into this, but. What I was saying is that because of that, this timeline here onwards still exists.
Of course it does.
With fucked up Gohan, even though I think he died, right? Didn't he die at the end of it?
Little Gohan?
No, old Gohan was with one hand. Remember, he trained Future Trunks. We watched the movie. We did an episode on it.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, so this timeline with older Gohan is still around.
Right. That's if the androids won.
That's with the androids, yeah.
Right, okay, gotcha.
Okay, now.
A Dragon Ball Z blanket.
Okay, you ready? This is brought to you, just to credit it, this is brought to you by Kids Doodle.
Kids Doodle.
Right. Okay, so back to the
official
whole
doodler of the Mars
timeline
podcast.
Shit, okay?
Okay.
There's our timeline.
Do these colors represent anything, or is that a default?
That's a default.
Gotcha.
Okay, so, real quick.
No, that's fine if it's the same.
Cool. So... Kid Link. Kid Link.
Okay.
Starts his adventure here, right? You know that they started. This is Ocarina of Time.
Right.
Ocarina of Time.
October.
So this is the start of his adventure, right? So he goes on, and then he picks up the Master Sword here.
Okay.
Master Sword. Yep. And then he goes on, and in that timeline of picking up the Master Sword, +7, that's 7 years later. So he picks it up and he becomes an adult.
Yeah.
He picks it up, moves forward, and then he fights Ganon, Dorf, or Ganon.
For the first time ever?
G. Well, yeah,
So he fights a Ganon? Is that... Can we lay that out? Can you put fight a Ganon?
Yeah, he's fighting Ganon right there, right?
Okay.
And then he wins.
Trying to get you.
So he wins. He wins, right?
Of course he does. He's never going to lose.
Oh, well, we haven't hit that timeline yet.
Right. Well, I mean, as child A.
Okay. So he wins. And then everything's happy and everything. And then Zelda's like, just return the Master Sword. And so then he goes back to being a kid here where he got the Master Sword.
Right.
So now he has to live out this timeline.
Of course.
This is with Majora's Mask, the one we talked about. This is the child era.
Okay. Which is the same child
as Ocarina of Time.
Gotcha.
So he does all that, and he does the timeline we just talked about.
Of course.
Now, this still exists. All the people in this era. So we're now going to talk about what happens after the hero of time leaves because he went back to be a kid, and what's going to happen all here. You know what I mean? Like, what's going on? Like, because Ganon has been taken care of because he's been taken care of when he went back in time and was a child. The sages sealed him away in the Twilight Era. But what's going to happen with him here? So
I don't know. It depends though.
But
is it the same child?
no. Sorry, I was wrong.
Is it the same?
I was wrong.
It should be.
He's not sealed away. He's defeated. Ganon is killed.
Right on that timeline.
Yes. So it's now from basically here onwards. but without Link, because Link is the Ocarina of Time Link, because he's gone back.
Right.
So what are they going to do without a hero? So basically, that's what we're going to talk about now. Got it.
Okay.
You caught up?
I mean, I could watch this video.
Could you
again.
repeat it and say it to our audience, and also take a nice photo of that?
Okay, so what Matt is saying here, the Ocarina of Time mirror. Can I touch it?
Sure.
Mirror is where it all begins.
Yes.
And then you got Kid Link, which is the Ocarina of Time Link mirror. And then from there, he gets the Master Sword right there. And then he goes on this timeline in 7 years. If something happens. And then he fights Ganon and that guy dies.
Yeah.
And then you make this circle right here.
You go back in time because
then
he
you go
puts
back
the sword.
in time, which is this blue line here that has been covered up by many a line. And then you start the child era, where Majora's Mask, is that what this MA is?
Yep.
Why is it MA then?
Majora's, I just wrote it. Sorry.
Oh, okay. Whoop, I hit a button. So then you got Majora's Mask, where he's a child, and he continues on, where Ganon is alive still, because he's dead over here, and now he's back over here because he hasn't died yet, and we start again.
They caught him. They caught him bim before he could do anything.
Stealing bread.
So the sages sealed him away in the Twilight Realm.
Uh-huh.
So that's what Twilight Princess is about.
In the Twilight era, which consists of one game.
Yeah.
That's fine.
It's a big game.
Okay. So I think we're all caught up now. I think I know exactly where we are.
Beautiful.
Somewhere. All right. Let me get a picture of that. We can do some tagging.
Ooh.
Up. Nope. There we go. Can I take a picture while I'm doing this shit?
I have no idea, dude.
I don't fucking know. All right, let me end this and then I'll take a picture.
So.
Okay.
Ganondorf's dead.
Mm-hmm.
But he's not.
Oh, different Ganondorf?
Kinda, yeah.
Oh,
he
is or isn't?
He is. I'm going to say is not, because he is revived.
Right. How many Ganons are there?
Oh, I can't
12?
tell you. Probably less.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Well, he seems like more of a majestical being.
Yeah.
That would live a little bit longer.
So to protect Hyrule, the castle and a little bit around it is sealed, and Hyrule, and basically everything is flooded. That's what the gods did. Because
in the Windwalker?
Because there is no hero of time. There is no Super Link that, So they were like, to protect us, because they put their faith back in the gods, and the gods just flooded everything.
Goddamn right they did.
So they were like, shit.
So they're taking a page out of the Bible.
Ooh, they did.
Ooh.
Bible man.
Ooh.
Bible man.
Go back and listen to the Bible Man.
The bye-bye Bible man.
Ooh, bye-bye Bible Man.
So that's what Wind Waker's about.
Okay.
Wind Waker is not. Excellent game. Excellent story. Had a lot of fun with Wind Waker.
That's the one that I don't like, where he's in a boat.
Yeah, and it's all cartoony. You are a kid.
Yeah.
If you're happy about that.
All right. Same kid.
Same kid.
Nice.
No, he's not the same kid.
What?
It's a different kid, dude.
Kid B?
Whatever. If you wanted.
He's not the Ocarina of Time kid.
He is not.
We're gonna call him Kid B.
No, this is after that. And that link, because that link isn't in this. That link is not here.
Okay, Ocarina of Time Link
is gone.
Child A.
No, because there's links before him. There's 3 links before him.
Yeah, but we're just talking child.
There were childs then too. He's never really an adult. Like, he's never really old enough to drink or something.
17. I'm sure he's old enough to marry back then.
I'm gonna have to look up how old Link is.
It's just like 80.
Right.
80-year-old Link. Dang, what if they made geriatric Link? That would be a fun game.
And
you'd have to go fight for a hip. Ooh, quest of the hip.
16.
What?
So he's 16.
That's as old as he ever got?
Yeah.
In all the incarnations of Link?
No, that's
16.
Probably, yeah. Right. So this kid, who actually, funny enough, so he's not wearing green at the start of his game, right?
Of Windwalker?
Yeah.
Okay.
His sister is the one. So
you got a sister?
Yes.
Cool.
That's the whole point of this game. But I will give you the end result of this game.
Thanks.
Ganon Ganondorf comes back,
kills sister,
and he wants to. And the thing is, Zelda hasn't been around for that long, is protected, and she basically it's like she's a sleeper cell. So she's like a pirate instead, but she doesn't know she's Princess Zelda until something happens which wakes her up. Yeah, she's a pirate.
Good on her,
right?
Yeah, I like it. I'll allow it.
So basically, Ganondorf knows that, and he sends out like this giant winged creature to take every little girl, because he wants the Triforce of Power. To take every little girl around, and we're gonna fucking check them out if they got the thingy.
Oh.
So his sister accidentally gets taken.
Okay.
So then Link,
She's like,
I gotta save my sister. Yeah, she does, but I don't remember it.
Oh, okay.
It's like, I gotta save my sister, and they're like, you must go on this adventure. Here's the outfit of an old ancient hero who took on. Yeah.
Oh.
There's a lot of that.
Right. Oh, there's a lot of ancient heroing.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he does that, and then he meets a talking boat who is like a wind god, and then he picks up this wind wand that can send you over here and send you over there with the wind and all that. It's really it's like, you can choose to send the wind north or
kind of neat. Yeah.
And and you're like, cool. My level is an island to the north, so you need to sail that way.
Okay. And
then it's so open, like fucking giant fish can come out of nowhere and start attacking you. So he takes on. He finds the not flooded, but like the protected city of like the protected castle of Hyrule.
Okay.
Is an underwater, because the gods give him access. So he goes down and he gets the Master Sword down there, but he can wield it and all that shit. But in that, there's like all bunch of like remnants of the old Link help Zelda fighting Ganondorf and all that of like a peaceful time. So and then you kill Ganondorf and he turns into stone. I believe the Master Sword. You stab him in the head and he turns into stone. Kind of a violent ending for.
And then we leave him. We just leave him be.
Yeah.
There's no
done.
Destroying the statue.
No. Would
you have destroyed the statue?
Absolutely. Dynamite. Phantom Hour. So basically, they go on. Now they leave. The end of the game. It's like we're now going on a hunt to find a new land. Like, we're going to claim a new land and make it the new Hyrule. Right. So that's what Phantom Hourglass kind of is.
Phantom Hourglass was made before.
No, it's a sequel. The next two games are actually sequels, funny enough. So
interesting.
Phantom Hourglass sequel, and then if you go down, Spirit Train is when they find that new land, and they claim it New Hyrule.
Spirit Tracks.
Sorry,
It's okay.
And they name that Hyrule. So they find a new land, and it's all good.
And they call it Hyrule.
New Hyrule.
A new Hyrule.
Yeah. Ooh. So, ain't that fun?
King Malladus is revived.
Yeah.
The fuck is King Malladus?
Is the original, not the original, is Princess Zelda's dad.
Daddy?
Yeah.
Ooh.
A daddy.
Yo, daddy's back.
Now, let's go back up to the top, or at least where Ocarina of Time ended.
Okay, to my favorite part.
Now, a bit further up. Now, Rob, what if I... Okay, wait, before you do that, let me run a hypothetical by you.
Go ahead. I like hypotheticals.
You ready for this?
I love it.
Remember the whole fucking... Okay, wait, hang on here. Let me bring it back. All right, remember this whole fun shit? So Link gets the Master Sword here, and then fights Ganon, and then wins, right? Yeah?
Ocarina, Master Sword, fights Ganon, wins. Yes.
Goes back in time, and then does all that. Majora's Mask, yeah? What if... Now, hear me out here. What if he doesn't win? What if he dies?
You reset the game.
Well, yeah, but I'm talking about story-wise.
Well, yeah, you go back to the story. It'd be like time resetting the game's like time travel.
No, I'm talking about like if the thing was real. I'm not talking about the game.
Oh, it would never be real.
So go up.
Master Sword never exists.
Scroll up again.
Scroll up.
Now look over. Look to the left, and what does that say?
The hero is defiled.
Sure.
Defeated.
So
wait, at the end of this fucking game, Link dies. Oh, no. That doesn't mean at the end of the game Link dies.
No, this is this is the timeline.
After Ocarina of Time.
If Link dies, this is the timeline that happens.
Oh, that makes sense. I thought, without paying attention to any of this in the first place, I thought this timeline was like, at the end of the game, you lose. Like, even when you beat the game, you lose. And I thought these were all the games in that era. And I was like, I've been trying to think of the very end of Link to the Past. Like, did I beat him and then die? Couldn't remember it at all. But now you've cleared it.
Yeah.
I beat the game and won.
Ooh.
Did not die.
Well, this isn't... If you beat the game and die, it's just game over. Yeah, you're right.
I'm sure there's some game out there to where it's like, oh, you won. Everything's cool. Oh, no, watch out. Stab. Oh. But you still beat the game, officially. But the ending, it's just like the hero loses at the end. Like Lethal Weapon or something.
No, this is...
Gary Busey.
Yeah.
He's got the same tattoo.
Hey, I'm Gary Busey.
You don't get that tattoo unless you're...
Listen to me, Johnny.
Super soldier.
You're off surfing away and I'm here scratching my balls. So this is basically based on if Ganon wins and he takes over. Basically, fucking Zelda and the rest of the spirits do defeat him, but without the hero of time.
Link doesn't defeat him.
Link does not, but he does and this is when, funny enough, the first games start. So, well, not the first. So this is A Link to the Past. You played that?
Yeah, I would love that.
Yeah, there it is right there, buddy.
Yeah.
So so there's A Link to the Past.
And you turn into the little pig guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it. He's a little pig guy. Is he in any other games?
No, I don't think so.
Is his name Martin?
You do get a pig mask in Majora's Mask.
Oh, it's the same as the little pig guy?
Sure.
The little pink pig guy? Well, I mean...
Maybe it's...
He can't be sure. Why not?
Maybe it's a homage.
Ooh, homage.
You see what I did there?
I did.
So...
Isn't that what somebody bitched about on YouTube?
Yeah.
Keep saying homage, fucking asshole.
See what happens.
I troll YouTube and yell at people who make soft H's.
Hey, he's our first YouTube guy. So
yeah, that sucks. What if you find out he's like a childhood friend of yours or some dude you went to fucking school with?
Yeah, right.
And he just thinks you're a total bully. He's like,
yeah.
I'm gonna get Matt one day. This son of a bitch. He accidentally splashed puddles on me.
I got him.
And you're just like,
I know what I'll do. After he splashes the next puddle on me, I'll teach him a new word and I'll teach him it wrong. So he'll go through his whole life thinking it's homage, not.
And then when the internet comes, I'll say something.
I know. I'll go back in time and make a timeline.
I know. Me and Link A and or B.
I know. I'll go back in time and tell Matt that the word is homage, and then I'll find him when I'm older, creating a paradox.
I farted on his pizza one time.
So, A Link to the Past. Look, Ganon is revived.
Yeah, but these are all different fucking Ganons, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know how he's fucking revived if there's 5 different Ganons. I mean, I get it. Like, oh, this Ganon was in a couple of them. But it should say Ganon quotes, or not quotes, but brackets from Majora's Mask.
Some of these are the same Ganon.
Well, I understand. I said some of these are the same links. Apparently none of them are the same child link.
I believe Link to the Past, The Oracle of Seasons, and Link's Awakening is the same link.
That's what you believe.
Yes.
May not be true.
I know. Now, there's all that. So there's those 3. Link's Awakening's all a dream, which is funny enough because it's a dream of this giant fish whale.
It's
just kind of sad.
You just skipped over Oracles of Season.
I don't know that one that well, but look, Ganon is revived.
He is double revived.
Oh yeah,
back to
back
revived.
Link's Awakening is basically, it's kind of sad because at the end you realize it's a dream and it's getting all wake up, and basically you just damned everyone you've met because they're not real.
What system was Link's Awakening on?
Oh gosh,
it wasn't another Game Boy one, was it?
No, it's old.
Was it?
Yeah, it is on.
It would have to be after Super Nintendo.
It's on the original Game Boy. First Game Boy.
Oh, no shit. Oh, my brother played that one. Yeah.
Yeah,
we sure did.
And then, after that, we get into the first one, The Legend of Zelda.
Ganon is revived.
Well, because you gotta have a bad guy in there.
Well, yeah, I mean.
And then there's the direct sequel, Adventures of Link, which is the same Link.
Ganon's revival prevented.
Yes. Just to mix things up.
That one sucked.
It wasn't the best.
Nah, I mean...
But when you have a game like Legend of Zelda and you try to do a sequel to it...
Yeah. Was that a rushed sequel?
I don't know.
So there's only ever been 2 direct sequels in this whole series, and that was Adventure of Link and then the other one? And then all the Hourglass shit, the Wind Waker stuff?
Yeah, but the 2 of the... I think they're Game Boy Advance games. I don't think they're...
Hourglass?
I think the Phantom Hourglass and Spirit Tracks, I think they're Game Boy Advance games.
Oh, Gotcha.
Yeah.
I got them if you wanted to borrow the Super Nintendo and play them. I would just have to load them up.
That would be fun. But, so what do you think of all that? How do you feel? It's not done because we still got to talk about Breath of the Wild.
I mean, it's cool that it's all in a timeline and it's all figured out, but it's all fuckery. Like,
that's what I thought you would say.
Well, like I said, like it's interesting and stuff. Like the timelines are neat and all that jazz, and I really don't give a fuck how many different links and shit there were. Obviously, if this is taking place over thousands of years, like you can't keep the same fucker.
Yeah,
but I don't know, like, you ruined Link for me.
I did?
No. All of this, I mean, I was in my own Link world, dreamt about it every night, and now all of a sudden I'm gonna have to dream in 3 different timelines.
Oh, I'm sorry.
What night's it gonna be tonight? Hero defeated night, child era night, Twilight era night,
child died era,
dead babies. No, it's interesting, but like it seems like the Game Boys, like all the Game Boy games, are just fillers.
They could be sequels.
Well, I'm not saying that they don't have any place in this shit, but they're just like, now I wonder this: if you played the Wind Walker, and you were like, oh man, I can't get enough of this story, do you go buy a Game Boy Advance so you can play the 2 sequels, or are you just like, eh?
I mean, it's still Nintendo, so they're still making money off it, and the Wind Waker was a pretty successful game.
But is that like is that the thought to it, or is it, hey, we have game, because Game Boy Advance wasn't created to put out fucking Phantom Hourglass?
Yeah.
But do you think that's like the thing? Like, well, they're not going to be as big and flashy as Zelda or Wind Walker. Put them on Game Boy. Wind Waker. We'll put them on Game Boy. Somebody's going to go out and buy them all.
I mean, they want to see how the Game Boy does. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, the thing is, nobody is that sure, apparently, as of now, as of my research, tweet at me if I'm wrong, no one's that sure when Breath of the Wild takes place. Because it is apparently 10,000 years later. Which is a bit extensive, right?
Are you saying in which version of this timeline?
Yeah, they apparently they're not saying which one. So if you type in Breath of the Wild timeline, there's all these theories and stuff because the game is so large and it has so much, like it references back to stories of so many different ones. Do you know what I mean?
Right. Oh, does it reference a lot of them?
A little bit. It references Ocarina of Time a lot. What are you doing?
Oh, I was just seeing if it uploaded. That's all.
Oh, cool. But, so what I think that's really, because it's so much later. So I think that's kind of cool, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
What do you, like, you know, it's...
So, but you haven't played the Breath of the whatever yet, huh?
I've watched a couple of playthroughs. No, I do want to, but I don't want to buy a whole Switch because of it. But I would buy that and then buy Mario or something.
I played Mario Kart. Ooh, that game's on point.
Like the Mario Kart on the Switch?
Yeah.
I haven't played it. Is it good?
Oh, it's fucking awesome. It's pretty good.
Dang, okay. Is it Mario 8?
Oh, yeah, maybe. Yeah, my buddy's got a projector screen, had it on the whole fucking wall.
If it is 8...
Randomly, that projector screen, usually you see it gets all grainy.
Yeah.
Fuck no, this shit was crystal.
If it is 8...
Loved it.
My buddy Tom linked you to like listen to that intro, and this intro is just like Mario Kart
8. The gameplay is just like that.
Yeah?
Oh yeah. I'm not saying the music's the same, but that match is playing it. It's good times.
Where'd this come from?
The Mario Kart Gods. Okay, you're gonna have to cut it off or we're gonna have to start paying soon.
I just remembered it would...
I only give snippets.
I just remembered it wasn't Tom, it was Mikey, because I think he was playing it and then just went, dang, like this intro.
Mikey
yeah,
Busy?
Yeah.
Ooh. Co-host of Creature Club.
Ooh, full circle. But yeah, so that's the timelines. That's the thing is, I got into it because of I started researching all this stuff. I didn't know there was all these timelines until like a week ago, but I did it because I enjoyed watching the Breath of the Wild theories on where it takes place, when it takes place.
What are some of the more popular theories?
I saw one cool one that it was all three. It takes it's one where it collaborates all three, because there's these three giant creatures that they're just skeletons, and they're saying like that they symbolize all three timelines, and then like things like there's all this crazy shit, but probably the most popular one is probably the child era, I think.
Gotcha. And as it stands now, to your knowledge, Breath of the Wild is not a beatable game at the moment?
What do you mean not a beatable game?
Well, I'm just asking, like, it just continues on, like they're adding content and shit out? Or is it like...
Well, the whole point,
I mean, it's like Grand Theft Auto, to where you can beat it, but you still have a whole world of shit to do.
Oh, yeah, there's so much shit.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it has a linear story. You fight Ganon at the end. You fight Calamity Ganon. That's what he's like.
Calamity?
He's like a giant spirit.
Oh, I'm gonna buy you a Switch, Matt.
Sure. I'm waiting.
As long as you pay me back, I'll buy it for you.
Pay you back. Yep.
Well, you got big manager money now, buddy.
Ooh,
manager
it's coming
money.
In.
Yep. My game started.
So let us know what you thought of our limited knowledge and
That's
our
it.
fucking BS, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry if I got everything completely wrong.
Well, you wouldn't. It would be the guy who ever produced this timeline's fault.
I know, but like if I said it wrong. But tweet at me.
Yeah.
At the real Rob.
At the real Rob, which doesn't exist.
Ooh, or does it?
It doesn't.
Okay.
All right. So, yep.
All right. Well, thanks for listening, everybody. If you have any questions or concerns, email us at themarspod@gmail.com.
Mm-hmm.
What else?
Our social medias, the Marspod on the Instagram, Facebook, Twitters.
We're on Stitcher, we're on iTunes, we're on Spreaker.
I don't know if people listen through Spreaker, but maybe I'll resubmit to iHeartRadio.
Oh, let's see how that goes.
Fucking assholes.
Anyway, thanks for listening, everybody.
Thank you, guys.
Bye. Bye. Oh, not bye bye man. What was the one we said?
Bye bye Bible man.
Bye bye Bible man. Ooh. Swing it a bit.